Welcome back to an episode. We are again in space, and it's time for us to get to the next mission. The real question is, which one will it be? We already finished a Grissom Academy. Now, without any mission here, we may be able to attract like Reapers or something. It's actually not a good thing. So, anyway. Where do we want to go to next? There's Petra Nebula. For some reason, it doesn't say that it is at 100%, which is really weird. So, then there's also the Citadel. Yeah. Huh. Okay, wait a minute. Before we do that jump, I want to look at the... at some of the missions that I could kind of finish. But I don't think... Banning evidence. Where's that one? What happened to his son and returned to the ambassador? Book of Planets. Recovered from Irun and returned it to him in the Presidium comms. Where is Irun? Primarch Victus is called. Where on earth is Irun? Okay, I think those two I can finish a little later. And then once I did all of that, yeah, there's Krog and DMZ and whatnot. I think, yeah, we may be able to finish that later. Alright, let's just hope so. Right, the other oh yeah, wait a minute. The other thing that I wanted to do was also look at the damage difference of weapons. The other way would be to just buy it and be happy about it. But then yeah, which weapon should I buy? I mean, I can just upgrade them in the ship themselves, right? I never actually did that, and I don't know what actually gets increased there. But let's just quickly get some upgrades for certain weapons. Weapons that I know the team definitely uses. By the way, is there there's a weapon? Wait. The weapon bench is only for your own person. And there is what's this one? A Visitator. Yeah. Nice one. Very heavy. Damage is pretty high even for a shotgun. Interesting. Oh, what do we have here? You look at that. That's not new. That one is Medoc 2. A wee bit more damage. Like, the chakram launcher is just one of the strongest weapons there. Maybe I should just give everybody that thing and be happy with it. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, if one of them uses the weapon down here, that would be good. So, weapon upgrades. I mean, maybe even also some pistols or something. I need to be careful with those. Question is just which one should we go for? So we have Shuriken, we got the Avenger, we got the Vindicator, Medoc. Yeah, the Chakram Launcher. Like, this is the one that I'm going, like, for each specific weapon type, we're going to max it out. Question is, do we go for Mantis or Viper? Improved weapon damage ammo. Yeah, that makes it a little bit difficult now, does it? We got the particle rifle, we got the Raider, we got the Valkyrie, we got the Chakram Launcher. I'm definitely going to upgrade that one, I would say. Let's see. Chakram Launcher 30. Want to know how much damage we can actually deal with that and how far we can upgrade that thing. Okay, now we max it out. And how much damage can we do with that? It's the matter. That is the... What actually... The thing is, I don't know how much actually got upgraded. Weird. It's just very accurate. For whatever it is. I need damage numbers so that I can actually compare that. Or I could look into the wiki. But I don't want to do that. Yeah, wait a minute. Let's see. What kind of sniper does the most damage? We got the Mantis and we got the Viper. The Mantis does the most damage. Alright. So that's the thing that we are going to use. So mantis. So if Garrus uses that thing, that's it. So we got the chakram launcher and we got mantis. And next up should also be some pistols. But there aren't that many other pistols in there, are there? The other way would be to just buy other pistols, because these are just the ones that I already have. Procurement, on the other hand. Procurement is just there for... yeah, wait a minute. There's power damage there too. Maybe I should focus on power damage and just get myself some pistols, even if I don't really use them, so that I can max out my own kind of damage. So what do we got here? SMG power magnifier, and this one here. Alliance requisitions, remote citadel access of North Astra. Okay, so this is the one that we need to buy a little bit from. We can do this later. But I have to... wait a minute, let's just write this down. North Astra pistol mods power citadel. Alright, so that's that. Do we have any... like, look at this thing. The Piranha. The problem is if it just has like flavor text, you don't know what kind of damage it actually does. If it's better or not or whatever. You only know it's very expensive and probably a waste of resources. That's the only thing. But alright, at least for the normal people we have the stuff already upgraded. Now, on to the next mission that I had in mind. Oh boy. I have to wait until all of the notifications are done with that. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten the chakram launcher for this. Ah, come on. Okay, we got mantis. Level 5 is the highest, right? Yeah, 3, 4, and 5. There. Alrighty. Meet with the diplomats. Yeah, I know Spacein. The only safe place for now, garrison. It still has a fuel depot that's working. Saradil, whoa! That's Sur'kesh. Wait a minute. The diplomatic thing. Priority Sur'kesh. Oh no, okay. Good. That's just this one. Alright. Everything's fine. Everything's fine for now. Let's see. We're already maxed out. Well then, let's meet some diplomats. The diplomatic ships of the Salarians, Turians, and Krogan flowed far away from one another, out of weapon range. Messages sent by each faction indicate that they would welcome the Normandy as a neutral meeting ground for their diplomats. The fact that they have not agreed on a ship to serve as a neutral meeting point before now does not bode well for the negotiations.
Commander, the Salarian dalatrasse and Krogan clan chief are ready to come aboard.
Have them brought to the conference room. And hope this doesn't start another war.
The Krogan is in no position to make demands.
The Krogan has a name. Erdnot Wrex. And I'm not just some junkyard Farron you unleash whenever you're in trouble. I've got my own problems. Reaper scouts have arrived on Tuchanka. So why should I care if a few Turians go extinct?
Trying to draw out negotiations will get you nowhere, Wrex. I have no time for it. Just tell us what you want.
I'll tell you what I need. A cure for the genophage.
Absolutely not. The genophage is non-negotiable.
Okay, but why?
Why are you so opposed to the idea, dalatrasse?
Because my people uplifted the Krogan. We know them best.
You mean you used us to fight a war you couldn't win? It wasn't the Salarians, or the Asari, or even the Turians that stopped the Rachni. It was Krogan blood that turned the tide.
And after that, you ceased to be useful. The genophage was the only way to keep your urges in check.
Dalatrasse, you may not like him, but Wrex is right. Insulting him won't change that.
I won't apologize for speaking the truth. We uplifted the Krogan to do one thing: wage war. It's all they know because it's all we wanted them to know.
Interesting.
Your people should have thought the matter through then. Was it really a surprise the Krogan revolted?
That's precisely my point, Commander. We made a rash decision. We turned to the Krogan in desperation. It's the same mistake you're about to make today. No good can come from curing the genophage.
Really? But what if it would, right? Well, there may be a chance for a good outcome after all.
The Krogan have paid for their mistakes. The genophage has gone on long enough.
1,476 years, if you're keeping track.
It was 1,000 years of peace, free from these brutes.
Enough! Whether or not they deserve a cure is academic. It would take years to formulate one.
My information says otherwise. A Salarian scientist, Malin, grew a conscience. He was on my planet, testing a cure on our females.
I remember. His methods were barbaric.
But what you didn't know is that other females survived his experiments. So the dalatrasse here sent in a team to clean up the whole mess, and to take them prisoner.
Where did you get this? It could be a fabrication.
Don't insult me. Those are my people. They're immune to the genophage, and you're going to give them back.
Dalatrasse, is this true?
How will curing the genophage benefit my people?
You need allies.
How long do you think you'll last alone against the Reapers? Because if you don't help, that's how it'll end up.
And I'll be the last friendly Turian you ever see.
What's it gonna be?
The females are being kept at one of our STG bases on Sur'kesh. But I warn you, Commander, the consequences of this will be felt for centuries to come.
Let's go get them.
You're not setting foot on Sur'kesh. This will take time.
It happens now. As a Council Spectre, Shepard can oversee the exchange.
We're going.
I won't forget this, Commander. A bully has few friends when he needs them most.
Bully? Well, we're bullying here. No one got bullied. I refrain from doing anything rash there. Alright, so who am I gonna use? I mean, this is a Krogan thingy. It's not something tech related. Actually, it is, because Sur'kesh might be like Salarian affiliated. Anyway, Liara is sadly the one that we do interact with the best because of her like singularity abilities. But right now, I mean, I could go with Liara and Garrus, because it's a Wrex mission, and both of them were connected with it. But in this case, there's never a real reason to get like Javik or James, right? In this case, I would just... Why don't we try Javik though? The thing is, I want to use like collector-related missions with Javik, or anything like old technology. I mean, the Reapers are ED, basically. Reapers are ED. Garrus and Liara are like old teammate-related missions. James and Javik. The problem with James is that he is just getting slotted in here as a filler, pretty much, like Jacob. Poor guys. But I mean, why don't we just go for Javik and James? Let's just do this. Let's not get Garrus over here. Take those two, see what we can do. Actually, James could be a good choice for anything human planet related, right? That might actually be good. So, Javik on the other hand, that's Collector. Difficult. Actually, it's not difficult. It's actually very easy. So, let's see. Oh, shotgun upgrade. Yeah, that's one thing that I forgot to take. Let's get the chakram launcher and give him some interesting upgrades out. Let's get this one. And that one. And then, what about this one? Katana. Which one does more damage? The Raider does more damage. Eviscerator does kind of the same thing. But oh no, Eviscerator is actually better. But Raider is better than that. But the thing is, Eviscerator had like a slightly better... Where's that thing? Damage at 15%. Bullets penetrate, whatever. Let's just take this one and be done with that. Okay, Katana's over there. That one's over there. Definitely better. Let's take this thing. That should be it. Accuracy for a shotgun is not necessary. Alright, yeah, confirm. And back. Next one is Javik. That one gets the chakram launcher as well. There you go. With both the bullet thingy and weapons ability. Nope, this one. And then we have another pistol, which for some reason doesn't really make any sense. Alright, let's see. Rounds. Some penetration thingies. Reduce weight, damage by... This one is headshot damage, and this one is increases damage. That one may not be necessary. Wait, increases headshot damage by 30%, increases damage by 30%. Why is one of them different? Slot occupied, slot occupied. That's weird. It's the same thing. You can either take this one. Yeah, you can't get like bonus headshot damage and bonus damage together. That's weird. In this case, I'm just going for normal standard damage upgrade. That should be done. That should be it. Alright. And I, sadly, am kind of stuck with these for now. Right. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. I can level someone up. A dog. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, what do we got here? We got kind of incendiary ammo. Yeah, that's actually quite good. Oh, he's the one with the frag grenades. Aha. Interesting. So, what do we got? Arms thingy. Decrease shield recharge delay by 20%. Increases power damage by 20%. I mean, the power damage is actually quite nice, but as survivability, the other one is damage. Increases health and shield bonus and melee. No? Squad mate health and shield. I mean, this is good squad mate stuff. Does Javik have something like that too? Increases squad mate's power, damage, and duration and force. Okay. Squad mate's shield recharge by 20%. So this is defense, this is offense. Very interesting. Boost biotic and offensive abilities. Health, power. I mean, we're going to take this one, and this one. And power, health, and shields. So, and this is just... Which one do we go for? Oh, look at that. We have a pull ability. Quite useful. And lift grenade, same thing. Same thing. But this one is like... can't really use that one. What about Dark Channel? Plague an opponent with a persistent damaging biotic field. Effects transfer to a second target. Okay, wait. We are going to focus on one of those right now, just in case. Robot target into shreds with this vicious blast. Major collateral damage to enemies nearby. Effective against armor. Aha! So this is really good. What about this one? Enemies knocked back. No, we don't need that. What about this one? Increases damage. Okay. So this is pure damage. Damage to armored units by 65%. Increases damage by 50%. So, this one is just pure unit damage. And this one is pure damage altogether. This one just makes it more useful overall. Whereas this one is a situational kind of thing. But it's better. So, let's just use the situational thing. And for the rest of it, we're probably going for incendiary ammo. But which one do we go for? Ammo capacity is like weird. What do I need? Ignite enemies with an intermittent explosion that covers so and so much meters for so and so much damage. That's actually quite nice. Increases health and armor damage bonus by 10%. I mean, it's already dealing 23%. The ignition may actually be very cool. So we're going to use this thing. So we're going for accidental headshot damage. And we're going for ignition. That sounds like fun. So arms dealers, power damage and decreases shield recharge delay. This could help him not dying. Increases shields bonuses by 40. 40% is actually quite a lot. That's really good defense. Increases health and shields by 20%. This is good for everyone, and this is especially good for him. He doesn't really use melee that much, or at least he is not supposed to. So this one also increases health, but only by 20%, but everybody would benefit. And this one would increase it a lot, but makes him also much better. This is iffy. It's really iffy. Increases power damage. I mean, if I were to increase his power damage, then that means the armor shred is better. And this one just makes him better as a single person. We're not going for synergy on this one. Individual strength, that's the requirement that we are going for here. Let's see. Increases recharge, yada yada. Increases melee damage bonus by 20% when armor is purged. Reinforce armor using protective for cold. Slows power use by 50%. That's not good. Recharge speed by 20% when armor is purged. Yeah, when it is purged, but you have to purge that first. Damage protection by another 5%. I mean, yeah, we don't have anything else to level him with. Alright, so Vengeful Ancient. Boost biotic and offensive abilities. Let's see. Health and shield bonuses. I mean, it's nice. His levels are actually quite high already. So we go for like power up by 40%. And next one is power damage again and weapon damage. Okay, question, which one do we go for? That one makes him actually even more powerful. It's kind of weird. Increases squad shield recharge speed by 20%. Increases squad power damage duration and force by 10%. So this one makes everybody more dangerous in terms of damage, and this one would make everybody better in terms of shield recharge. This is a defensive thing. That's a good one. Both of them are synergy though. That's weird. So I'm going for not weapons, but this one. I'm focusing on, and he has a slam. That's also very interesting. So, but what about the cooldown on this one? This one doesn't seem to have a cooldown at all. Why? No, wait. Recharge speed. 6 something seconds. 6 seconds is actually quite good. What about the pull? That's also 8 seconds. That's weird. So both of them are 6 seconds. In this case, you're going to choose the biotic ability that makes the most sense. That's weird. So how does that one work then? Deals massive damage with biotic body slam, yes. So why choose another biotic ability if this one is pretty good? Increases recharge speed again. Force by 30. Force again. Impact radius. Okay. Increases damage and force of biotic detonation by 50%. But you have to... I mean, I could use a warp on it in order to get the bonus. Increases damage and force of biotic detonation by 50%. This one, on the other hand, has just 50% more force on it. And we have 40. You can... Okay. That's a lot of bonus. That's a lot of bonus force. Incapacitate a slam target for 5 seconds. No. Recharge speed another 50 seconds. Okay, that's an awful lot of recharge speed. I think you can use this to be even more potent. Same thing with this one though. Very interesting. Increases duration by so and so much. Increases duration, impact radius. But this one doesn't deal any damage. It just pulls them. Inflict damage per second to lifted targets. And how long is that? 6 something seconds. 40. Basically 100%. That means 8 seconds. Roughly 10. Meaning that we would deal 500 whatever damage to it. Launch 2 pull projectiles to seek 2 targets instead of 1. So we have 2 pulls and 2 throws. That's a really good synergy. That's a really good synergy. And you can get this down to like 3 seconds or so. In this case, a bonus of recharge speed from a companion that has a squad bonus would be really good. But I am going to focus on a pure slam dunk kind of thingy. No AoE necessary, just singular extreme kind of destruction. And recharge speed 50 seconds. Every 5 seconds we slam someone. That's actually quite good. So Dark Channel, how does that work? That seems to be an interesting thing. Plague an opponent with persistent damaging biotic fields. That's good. And if it is persistent, then that means it could probably trigger a detonation. Effect transfers to a second target if the first is killed. Effect lengthens, depends on Dark Channel's duration. Only 1 field may be active at a time. Alright. So the second target if the first is killed. Good. But does it go from one to the next, or does it spread to multiple targets, right? Increases recharge speed by 25%. But look at this. Recharge speed is like 20 seconds only. Increases recharge. What other thing we have? Yeah, we only have slam right now, and the other one is just a passive. So that's recharge, that's damage or power duration. Okay. Okay, that's actually very interesting. The damage per second increases by 30%, yes, but the overall damage is a multiple of damage per second and duration. So in this case, it's, let's just round it down to 150 damage. And depending on which value gets higher. The thing is, because it's a 1-to-1 multiple, what you need to do is try to increase the numbers so that they even out a little bit. The only issue with this approach is that for it to give you the most damage, you have to wait long, so that the ticks happen until the end, and you don't want to wait that long, maybe. Because you don't really focus on like the tick damage here. But anyway, let's see. Increase power duration by 40%, damage by 30. Just in terms of sheer percentage, right? A higher percentage would be better. So this one is better. And because this is the smaller number. No, wait a minute. It is the smaller number. So the 40% ratio may not be as much, but anyway, so this is it's like 200-ish, and this is 180-ish, so that's the difference there. Recharge speed gets down a little bit. All right, that's why does a recharge speed reduction of 35% have that much of an impact? That's weird. A third. Oh, that's like 50% reduction. 20 is like 10 seconds. Slow targets movement? No, we don't want to slow them down. Increase damage again by 50%. Increase damage to armor and barriers by 75%. Okay, so it's a very specific kind of focus here. Armor and barriers. And I don't like armor and barriers, and this is like higher kinds of damage right there. That's good. So we go for that one. So recharge. This one goes for, I mean, you could, instead of waiting, right, and dealing more damage, you could just focus on this one instead, so that, wait a minute. The thing is, you can only have one of those abilities. So the duration is 33 seconds. You cannot have 2 of them at the same time. That's the limit. So that means, you could, if you wanted to, use, I mean, in a better way of doing, it would be better if it overlaps, and if you can just make as many of them as possible, that would be sweet. So that the duration bonus would work the best, right? So you use it on one target, and then you wait and whatever. But the thing is, the recharge speed is slower, faster, than the duration itself. So that means you could use that ability again on the same target. The damage per second would be the same, but you would just use the ability twice in this case. So every 16 seconds, basically. You don't need to wait the full duration. You can wait the full duration, but you don't need to. I mean, overall, the absolute damage would be higher if you go for this one, but you may not need to, and it may be better to just have an enemy dead quicker. So, instant damage in this case is the better solution. Yeah. You could go with the more strategic approach, that's the overall damage. That would be sweet. But because of the recharge speed increase to like 12 whatever seconds, it just makes it better overall. And then we just have an armor and barrier bonus there too. So yeah, that's good. That's the cooldown. And that's the absolute damage bonus. Okay, that's a very interesting way of looking at it. So let's see. Let's get the pull, got this one, and no more other points left. Interesting. That's really, 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 really interesting.
This is the Salarian homeworld we're headed to. They aren't used to seeing Krogan here, so let's keep it simple. We land, get the females, and leave before anyone changes their mind.
I still don't trust a word they say.
Yeah, you don't need to, but just try to not shoot too many people in the face.
Let diplomacy play out, Wrex. You'll get what you want.
These females are the best, and probably last hope for my people.
Then we'll slaughter the Salarians if they get in our way.
Who's that?
He's a Prothean.
Sometimes I'm not sure if the Normandy's a warship or a traveling freak show. But as long as he can hold a gun.
Commander, I have the Salarian base on sensors.
Set her down.
Who's that? Oh boy.
Commander, Salarian ground control says we don't have clearance to land.
Tell them the dalatrasse authorized this herself.
I knew they'd never keep their word. Let's see them try to stop a Krogan airdrop.
Wrex!
We have an unauthorized landing.
And who authorized you to hold my race hostage?
Halt! Stand down! Hold your fire! Commander Shepard, restrain your colleague. We only found out about this transfer a few moments ago.
Okay, let's work this out.
I'd like to avoid a diplomatic incident.
As would we.
But you have something valuable for Wrex.
Something worth dying for.
This matter can be resolved, but I must insist he remain under guard.
Okay. Or else is actually a very good option. He's not a dog, you know?
I can handle this, Wrex.
If anything goes wrong and all bets are off.
I'm Paddock Wix, and I appreciate your understanding, Commander. With war on everyone's minds, our people are on edge.
What's the Yarg doing here?
Careful! Watch the containment shield!
What the hell is that thing? Ask Liara sometime.
As you can see, this base contains sensitive information.
What kind of work goes on here?
Evolutionary trials, morphological simulations, exogenetic assessments.
Nothing is ever simple with Salarians, is it?
Science has always been our best defense. The research we do here has kept Sur'kesh safe for millennia.
Does that include studying lost Krogan?
The females were in poor health when we found them on Tuchanka. They were brought here to stabilize their condition.
This whole planet smells wrong.
I'd like to see them.
Of course. I'll need to clear you for the lower levels. Give me a few moments and meet me near the elevator.
Attention biolabs. Please prepare for yard specimen arrival.
If this ends up with us getting trapped again, heads will roll. Alright, so let's see. Let's have a little bit of a look around. Maybe we can find some mods, some upgrades, and nice other shenanigans. And before the actual action starts... Ah! What do we got here?
Please don't touch that.
Uh-huh.
As I said, Commander, don't touch that. Again, I would ask you to refrain from touching that. Perhaps don't touch that means something different in your language. I would rather not refer this matter to the human embassy. Touch it all you want. You'll never find out what it does.
And what does it do, though?
Are humans really so deprived of stimulus that they must insist on touching everything?
Well, there's an experiment that people tried, and that was a button that applies an electric shock to people. You just press it and get shocked. And people just hate it because they got bored.
I'm afraid if you keep touching that, you risk a diplomatic incident. Further manipulation of that object is grounds for further admonishment. Really? You must stop touching that. Once more, the Salarian Union formally requests that you not touch that. Fine. If you are so enamored of that object, then I suggest you get your own feces analyzer.
It's a feces analyzer.
We've already been down that road. No more.
Wonderful. Alright, now we know what it does. It's a feces analyzer. Wonderful.
Agree with him or not, our orders are clear. Ensure the smooth handover of the Krogan detainees.
Who gave the order?
Our superiors. That's all that matters.
But they're gonna cure the genophage. Everything we've done to stop the Krogan will be for nothing.
When I want your opinion, I'll promote you. Until then, stay sharp and keep your mouth shut.
Wait, can I actually get there?
This is a restricted area. Please stay back.
Okay, it's restricted. But not for long. Where do I need to go to? When ready. Yeah, when ready. We're not ready, are you?
During my cycle, we forgot what beauty looked like. The Reapers extinguished it everywhere they went.
What was your planet like?
I never knew. It was already a wasteland when I was born.
It's kind of weird getting born into a pure warlike situation.
I don't like what I'm hearing. What? There was an outbound comm traffic 20 minutes ago from inside the base.
And?
A burst transmission fully encoded with no identity signature.
No signature? That's against protocol.
I know. Someone's passing a message. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, that's not good. And it's also in your best interest to maybe keep everything.
Another incursion?
Air defenses report unidentified craft skirting our inbound approach routes.
It's like someone's testing our defenses.
Appears that way, sir.
I don't like it. Not with everything else going on.
Okay, that's weird. Major Kirrahe. Cool, Kirrahe.
Commander Shepard, it's Major Kirrahe. I'd heard you were coming.
I remember you.
Good to see you again. Sounds like you've been promoted.
Yes, due in no small part to our mission on Vermeer. Hold the line. You saved my men that day.
Are the Salarians prepared for war with the Reapers?
I've heard what they're doing to your Earth. I'm not sure any species can prepare for that. Though rumors suggest you're building a superweapon of some kind.
Indeed.
This business with the females is part of it. I need the Turian support, and they need the Krogans.
Which is why I never became a diplomat. Too much hand-holding. Leave it to the dalatrasses.
How did you get posted to this base, Major?
I led the team on Tachanka that found the females. Nasty business. Malin may have meant well, but his operation was crude. Test subjects were unaccounted for. The females easily escaped his lab.
What do you think about bringing the female Krogan here?
Our scientists say it's important to preserve the females. Evolutionary paradigms. I say when people know you're hiding something valuable, they'll want to steal it. Either way, I have my orders. They'll be your problem soon enough.
I guess we're both still feeling the effects of Vermeer.
Yes, ironic. You destroyed the genophage cure, yet now it's the key to an alliance. Your standoff with Wrex is legend within STG.
I'm sure you saw Wrex's entrance.
Our colony's 3 systems away saw it.
The big guy's pretty angry about being put on a leash.
Apologies, but better that than a Krogan with a shotgun wandering the base. Think of all the casualties. Our medbay couldn't handle it.
Security seems high. Are you expecting trouble?
Our motto in STG is to always expect trouble. Failing that, create trouble for someone else. Our enemies have the same idea.
A good principle to live by.
Who's this?
He's a friend.
A Prothean.
Prothean. Of course. Amazing what they can do with genetic modification these days. Some new psychological tactic, Commander? Give the Reapers a good scare? And what are you really? Drell? Turian?
Prothean.
Oh. I see.
Nice seeing you again, Major.
Likewise. And Commander, regardless of what the politicians decide, you can count on my support retaking Earth.
You do that?
Consider it my way of returning a favor. It would be an honor to fight alongside you again. Good day.
Wonderful. Got ourselves another friend.
Cypher analyst over in Intel told me the Turians can't hold out much longer. He's hearing the Reapers have them against the wall.
The Turians have the biggest fleet in the galaxy.
And we're only a few Mass Effect relays away from the whole mess.
Oh boy. All at one point,
This is where all you
defense
Salarians
systems.
come from, huh? No wonder you're so soft. Too busy writing poetry about waterfalls. Shepard, I don't like this. I should be the one going in.
How about you stay here and we only fight one war at a time?
That was just good old-fashioned Krogan hot air. If it had been real, they'd be dead.
Hey, maybe when this is over, you and I can go toe-to-toe. Just for fun.
Shepard here almost did. He ever tell you about our little chat on Vermeer? You could say we had a disagreement. Good times.
That's one way to put it. Who tipped you off about the females here?
Sorry, Shepard, but they're listening to every word we say. I prefer my Salarian liver served raw.
He is correct. It was a delicacy in our cycle.
What?
Back on the Normandy, you said Reapers were sighted on Tuchanka.
Clans Jorgal and Ravenor sighted a few landing parties. The Reapers are up to something. Tuchanka may be a pile of radioactive rubble, but it's our pile. And we'll fight to the last Krogan to keep it that way.
And that's exactly what it will take.
We're Krogan. We're ready.
You can never be ready for what's coming.
Okay. Like, this dude is just... I don't know.
What do you know about these females?
They weren't fertile, so we used them as decoys to draw off enemies from the ones who were. But Malin's experiments changed that. These damn pyjacks stole them right out from under us.
That's a pretty brutal way to treat your women, Wrex.
The females suggested it. We've had to make a lot of tough choices to ensure we don't all die off.
Your females are wise.
It's just one more thing that'll get better when the genophage is cured.
Are the Krogan ready to fight the Reapers?
Ever since Sovereign showed up, I figured this day would come. My people have spent too much time selling ourselves out as mercenaries. Now we can get back to doing what Krogan do best, saving everyone else from giant monsters.
It's been good talking to you again, Wrex.
It'll be even better when we have a few Salarians for lunch.
Alright, so... I think I got pretty much everyone down here. Yep.
Send confirmation to the dalatrasse that the exchange is proceeding.
Yes, sir.
And ask her for more warning the next time the Krogan leader shows up unannounced.
Yes, sir.
I wasn't serious. She'll maroon you on Tuchanka with raw meat strapped to your back if you do that.
Oh.
Then she'll record the Thresher Maws eating you as a warning to anyone else who challenges her.
Oh boy. Dalatrasse is definitely not a nice person to be around. Righty. Anything else that those guys are going to...
Krogan on an STG base.
Ah.
Never thought I'd see the day.
I can't believe they brought the females here.
I was on the team that got them off the Chunka.
What was it like there?
A wasteland. The Krogan are animals, living in their own radioactive filth.
The genophage didn't go far enough. 99% infertility is still 1% too many Krogan around.
Hmm. I mean, you can kind of understand their view in the Krogans, but it keeps them from developing a good working society. Anyway.
I want top priority given to the Krogan transfer.
But the Yogg specimen is giving us trouble.
The Yogg. I regret ever bringing them here for study.
They say they're close to achieving spaceflight.
That's why they're under consideration for uplift. Clever species. Perhaps too clever.
Interesting. Right. I did do an awful lot of like leveling up and whatnot, and so let's make a little pause over here, read 1 or 2 pages in the Codex. Oh, look at this. But yeah, this is just mission.
Alternating between large oceans and land masses covered in flora, the Salarian homeworld Sur'kesh is known for its humid climate and lush vegetation. As with the rainforests that once covered Earth, the planet's many forests enjoy a rich biodiversity. The Salarian desire for intellectual stimulation drove them long ago to explore every aspect of their environment, developing ways to thrive without consequences detrimental to their habitat. The areas near major cities and industrial centers are meticulously maintained, with an eye towards ensuring that sunlight penetrates to the ground level, and that established paths through the jungle are kept clear for travel. Burn grass, a soil-enriching and adaptable weed native to Sur'kesh, has become a major export because of its value for terraforming.
Wow. They actually took real good care of that planet. That's interesting. Alrighty, so, like and subscribe, of course, as usual, and look at that beautiful view. And ta-ta.